Hello, Internet. What if I told you that some of the most inspiring figures in history, like Steve Jobs, Abraham Lincoln, and Mahatma Gandhi, all faced massive setbacks, but they used those very failures as fuel for their success? How did they do that? Let's dive in and have a deep conversation.
Welcome back, everyone. We're diving deep today into the stories of five incredible people, five individuals who turned setbacks into huge wins.
That's right. We're talking about some serious game changers here. Folks who didn't just bounce back from failure, they used it as fuel to achieve things most people wouldn't even dream of.
I love that. Using failure as fuel. Okay, so who are these amazing people? What fields are we talking about here?
Well, what's really fascinating is how different they all are. We've got a tech visionary, a
Right.
political leader, an ambitious entrepreneur, a champion of peace, and a groundbreaking artist.
Wow, that's quite a range. And yet you're saying there's a common thread that runs through their lives.
Absolutely. You can trace this common thread, this almost superhuman ability to turn adversity into fuel for achievement.
That's powerful stuff. So we'll be exploring not just what they accomplished, but the how and the why behind their success, right? The mindsets, the approaches that made their impact possible.
Exactly. We're going to really unpack the secrets to their resilience and try to understand how they turn those setbacks into stepping stones.
I am so ready to unpack. Let's start with the tech icon himself, Steve Jobs. This guy's life reads like a movie script. Co-founds Apple, which completely revolutionizes personal computing only to be kicked out a few years later. Talk about a major setback. But here's where it gets really interesting.
It's the comeback story of the century, right? Jobs doesn't just lick his wounds, he starts Nextt.
Next.
Yeah, a computer company that develops some seriously groundbreaking tech and invests in Pixar.
Pixar, the animation studio.
The one and only, leading to, a whole string of those beloved animated films we all know and love, like Toy Story, for instance.
Okay, so he's got Next, he's got Pixar, he's already killing it. But then it gets even crazier.
Right. And then, in a twist that would make Hollywood proud, he returns to Apple in '97.
Really. Back to the company that ousted him.
You got it. And leads them to, their most iconic era with innovations like the iPod, the iPhone. I mean, how do you even recover from being ousted from your own company and come back stronger than ever?
It's mind-boggling. But I think it speaks to something you mentioned earlier, resilience.
Definitely. While Jobs' story perfectly captures that idea of resilience, his success wasn't just about bouncing back, it's about what he did differently. Jobs was obsessed with this idea of merging technology with artistry.
Merging technology with artistry.
Yeah, he understood that tech had to be more than just functional. It had to be intuitive, beautiful, and really enhance the user's experience.
So it wasn't just about building machines, it was about crafting experiences.
Precisely. This approach is what cultivated like a really loyal fan base and propelled Apple to the forefront of, the tech world.
It's like he took something that could be cold and technical and infused it with warmth and personality. He understood that people connect with things that feel good to use, not just things that are efficient. And then there's his laser focus. When he returned to Apple, he famously slashed like 70% of their product offerings,
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
forcing the company to really streamline and focus on their core strengths. It's a powerful lesson in knowing when to say no in order to pursue your goals more effectively.
Absolutely. It's about recognizing that every yes has an opportunity cost. Jobs was willing to make tough decisions even if they were unpopular, to maintain that razor-sharp focus. But here's a twist you might not expect. Jobs secured a $150 million investment from Microsoft, Apple's biggest rival at the time.
Right from Microsoft.
Yeah, it was a brilliant strategic move that not only saved Apple, but showed, Jobs' ability to put aside personal rivalries for the greater good of his company.
Wow. Talk about playing the long game. He was willing to swallow his pride and partner with a rival to achieve his vision. That takes serious guts and strategic thinking. It shows that he was willing to adapt to shift gears when necessary and to prioritize the long-term success of his company over short-term ego battles.
Exactly. It's about recognizing that progress sometimes requires unconventional thinking and, even collaborating with competitors. His legacy isn't just about the products he created. It's about the mindset he embodied, this unique blend of creativity, resilience, and this relentless drive for perfection.
All right, so we've gone from the world of tech to a figure who literally shaped the destiny of a nation, Abraham Lincoln. This guy's story is the definition of perseverance against seemingly impossible odds.
It really is. I mean, imagine losing 8 elections, failing in business, enduring, devastating personal tragedies, including the death of your fiance.
Most people would have thrown in the towel long before that.
Yeah, you'd think so, right? Yet through it all, Lincoln was guided by, this strong moral compass and this unyielding commitment to his principles.
And that's what propelled him to become, the 16th U.S. president during one of the most tumultuous periods in American history.
Exactly. And it wasn't just about getting elected. It's about what he did once he was in office, leading the country through the Civil War, signing the Emancipation Proclamation, working to, reunite a divided nation.
It's simply remarkable, the kind of inner strength that must have taken. Did his personal struggles somehow contribute to his leadership?
That's a great question. And I think the answer is yes. It's incredible how he channeled personal hardship into this, profound empathy for others. Having known suffering firsthand, he brought a compassionate and, unifying approach to his leadership, something desperately needed at the time.
It's like his struggles gave him this incredible capacity to connect with people, to understand their pain. But it wasn't just empathy that made him a great leader, right? What about his political skills? How did he navigate all the complexities of leading during such a turbulent time?
Well, what's also inspiring is his, commitment to self-education. Despite having less than a year of formal schooling, Lincoln, devoured books on everything from Shakespeare to law.
Seriously, less than a year of formal schooling.
Yeah, you got it.
Yeah.
He understood that knowledge was power, and he actively sought it out, molding himself into the leader he needed to be.
That is a powerful message. It's like he was a walking testament to the idea that education doesn't stop when you leave school. It's a lifelong pursuit. No matter your background, you can always learn and grow. So we have resilience, empathy, self-education. Are these the key ingredients to Lincoln's success as a leader?
Absolutely. Lincoln's story underscores that true leadership goes beyond holding a position of power. It's about, leading with integrity, empathy, and a vision for a better future.
A vision for a better future. It's a theme we're seeing emerge with all of these individuals, isn't it?
Definitely. Despite facing, immense opposition and personal attacks, Lincoln remains steadfast in his pursuit of unity and equality. His legacy serves as a beacon, reminding us that even in the darkest of times, principled leadership can guide us toward a more just and equitable world.
All right, from a president who shaped history to someone who's pushing the boundaries of innovation in our own time, let's talk about Elon Musk. This is a guy whose dreams sound like they came straight from a science fiction novel. Colonizing Mars, revolutionizing transportation with, electric vehicles, creating sustainable energy solutions that, could reshape the future of our planet.
It's mind-blowing, right? But what's amazing is that Musk isn't just a dreamer, he's a doer. He co-founded PayPal, turned the electric car industry on its head with Tesla, and is pushing the boundaries of, space exploration with SpaceX.
This guy is everywhere. So what is it about Elon Musk that sets him apart? Why does he seem to succeed where others stumble?
What sets Musk apart is this unshakable belief in the power of, human ingenuity to solve seemingly impossible challenges. He's not afraid to think big, to set, audacious goals that others might dismiss as outlandish. And he's not just talking the talk. He's putting his money where his mouth is. Musk has invested heavily in his ventures, even facing near bankruptcy on multiple occasions.
So risk-taking is part of the equation.
Absolutely. He's not afraid to bet on himself and his vision, even when the stakes are incredibly high. But it's not just about taking risks. It's about the sheer amount of effort he puts in. We're talking 120-hour work weeks, sleeping in factories, personally, getting involved in engineering challenges to find solutions.
As a machine. But it's more than just hard work, right? There's a strategic element to his success as well.
Oh, definitely. Musk's story is a powerful testament to the importance of, embracing failure as a stepping stone to success.
Embracing failure. I thought we were supposed to avoid failure at all costs.
Not necessarily. Both SpaceX and Tesla faced, major setbacks in the early days. Exploding rockets, production delays, you name it, right?
I've definitely heard about those exploding rockets.
But instead of being deterred, Musk saw these failures as learning opportunities. He didn't give up. He doubled down, analyzed what went wrong, and used those lessons to make improvements.
So it's not about avoiding failure. It's about using it as fuel to learn and adapt. He's living proof that sometimes you have to break a few things to build something truly groundbreaking. Okay, we've talked about a tech visionary, a political leader, a fearless entrepreneur who's next on our list of game changers.
Now let's shift gears and, journey to India to explore the life of Mahatma Gandhi. This is a leader who showed the world the extraordinary power of nonviolent resistance.
Nonviolent resistance.
Yeah, Gandhi dedicated his life to fighting for India's independence from British rule, advocating for peace and equality in the face of incredible oppression.
I can't even imagine the courage it must have taken to stand up to such a powerful empire without resorting to violence.
It's truly remarkable. What's truly remarkable is that he achieved this not through, force or aggression, but through the unwavering strength of his convictions and his commitment to nonviolent principles.
It's inspiring to think that such profound change can come from peaceful resistance. Can you give us some examples of how Gandhi put these principles into action?
Absolutely. Gandhi's philosophy of satyagraha, which means truth force, emphasized the power of truth and love to overcome injustice. He led peaceful protests, hunger strikes, and, campaigns of civil disobedience that rallied millions of Indians to his cause.
And he did all of this while facing incredible opposition and hardship.
He endured imprisonment, physical abuse, and constant, threats to his life, yet never wavered in his commitment to nonviolence.
That takes incredible strength and resilience.
It does. His resilience and an unwavering belief in the power of, peaceful resistance inspired civil rights movements, all over the world. It's a legacy that, that continues to inspire us today.
It's incredible to think about the ripple effect of his actions. He not only helped to liberate a nation, he inspired generations of activists and leaders to fight for justice and equality using peaceful means. His story is a powerful reminder that true strength lies not in physical might, but in the courage of one's convictions.
Absolutely. And it also highlights the transformative power of self-discipline and simplicity. Gandhi, he renounced material possessions and embraced a life of service to others. This commitment to simplicity allowed him to, focus his energy on his mission. His example reminds us that true fulfillment comes not from, material wealth, but from aligning our lives with our values and contributing to a cause greater than ourselves.
So we're seeing another theme emerge here, the power of purpose.
Yes, definitely. Now, let's turn our attention to the art world and the life of Vincent van Gogh, an artist whose genius was largely unrecognized during, his lifetime.
Vincent van Gogh, his work is so iconic now. It's hard to imagine a time when he wasn't celebrated.
It's true. But Van Gogh faced a lifetime of challenges, battling mental illness, poverty, and, constant rejection from the art world.
It's heartbreaking to think about the struggles he endured.
It is, but it's also incredibly inspiring to see how he, persevered, channeling his emotions and struggles into art that would later revolutionize the art world.
So he never gave up, even when it seemed like the world was against him.
Never. Van Gogh's story is a powerful testament to the importance of, pursuing your passion, even when faced with adversity and a lack of external validation. He created over 2,100 artworks, including, iconic masterpieces like the Starry Night and Sunflowers, yet he sold only one painting during his lifetime.
Wow, only one.
Imagine the dedication, the sheer force of will it took to continue creating despite constant rejection and, financial hardship.
It's a reminder that true passion isn't driven by external rewards or, recognition. It comes from a deep inner drive to express oneself and to share one's unique vision with the world. But what was it about his art that was so revolutionary? Why did it take so long for the world to recognize his genius?
His art was a reflection of, his soul, a raw and honest expression of his inner turmoil and his unique perspective on the world. Van Gogh's bold use of color, his expressive brushstrokes, and his ability to capture the essence of everyday life paved the way for modern art movements like expressionism and fauvism.
So he wasn't just expressing himself, he was pushing the boundaries of art itself.
Exactly. His story reminds us that true artistry often arises from, vulnerability, from embracing our imperfections and channeling our experiences into something beautiful and meaningful.
It's like he took his pain and transformed it into beauty. And in doing so, he touched the hearts and minds of countless people across generations. So we've seen this theme of resilience and of purpose, of unwavering belief. Are those the key ingredients for turning setbacks into triumphs?
They're definitely a big part of it. But there's so much more to unpack. We've only just scratched the surface of these incredible stories.
I'm ready to go deeper. Let's dive into the details and see what other lessons we can learn from these game changers.
What really strikes me is that none of these individuals had an easy path to success. It wasn't like they woke up one day and boom, instant icons. Their journeys were filled with twists, turns, and, moments where giving up would have been completely understandable.
You're right, it wasn't all sunshine and roses for them. They faced some serious setbacks. I mean, Lincoln losing 8 elections before becoming president, Jobs being ousted from his own company. Those weren't just minor bumps in the road. Those were major detours that could easily derail their entire trajectories.
Exactly. And yet they persevered. It makes you wonder, what was it that kept them going? Was it, sheer stubbornness, or was there something more at play?
I'm leaning towards something more. Stubbornness alone can only take you so far. It seems like there was a deeper drive, a fire within them that kept them pushing forward. What do you think?
It was definitely more than just stubbornness. Yeah, it was a combination of factors, but a key one was this unwavering belief in their vision, whether it was, Jobs' pursuit of user-friendly technology, Lincoln's commitment to abolishing slavery, or Musk's dream of colonizing Mars. Their goals fueled their determination.
So it's about passion as much as it is about resilience. It's like that passion becomes a driving force that helps you weather the storms and overcome the obstacles.
Absolutely. Passion is the engine, and resilience is the fuel that keeps it running when the road gets rough. These individuals faced criticism, doubt, and outright rejection, yet their passion for their work helped them bounce back stronger each time.
Okay, but passion alone isn't enough, is it? You need some serious skills and talent to back it up, right? You can't just like will your way to success.
Of course not. Each of these individuals possessed unique talents and abilities that were crucial to their success. Jobs had this incredible eye for design and a deep understanding of how people, interact with technology. Lincoln was a master communicator and strategist, able to rally a nation during its darkest hour.
Yeah.
Musk has a deep understanding of engineering and a knack for, pushing technological boundaries. They all had something special that set them apart.
Right. We can't forget Gandhi's mastery of nonviolent resistance and Van Gogh's artistic genius. They all had these innate abilities that, when combined with their passion and resilience, created this powerful force that allowed them to overcome obstacles and achieve incredible things.
Precisely. Their talents, combined with their, unwavering passion and resilience, formed this powerful combination that allowed them to overcome obstacles and achieve extraordinary things. But let's bring it back to, to you for a second. I know their accomplishments might seem out of reach, but the principles behind their success are universal. Every single one of these individuals, teaches us valuable lessons about embracing failure, cultivating a growth mindset, and pursuing your passions relentlessly.
Okay, I like where this is going. But, it's easy to admire these larger-than-life figures from a distance. How can we, the everyday people who aren't trying to, revolutionize entire industries or lead nations,
Okay.
actually apply these principles to our own lives?
Yeah.
Give us the actionable takeaways.
Absolutely. First, embrace failure as a learning opportunity. Don't be afraid to take risks and step outside of your comfort zone. You're going to stumble along the way. It's inevitable. But it's how you get back up and learn from those mistakes that truly matters. Jobs' ouster from Apple ultimately, led him to experiences that shaped his later success. Musk's early rocket failures provided invaluable data that informed SpaceX's eventual, triumphs. Failure isn't the opposite of success. It's a stepping stone on the path toward it.
So it's about shifting our perspective. Instead of seeing failure as the end, we need to view it as a valuable part of the learning process.
Exactly. Second, cultivate a growth mindset. Never stop, learning, evolving, and adapting to new challenges. Lincoln's self-education, Gandhi's, continuous refinement of his philosophy, and Musk's, voracious appetite for knowledge all, exemplify this principle. The world is constantly, changing, and those who are willing to learn and grow will be the ones who thrive.
It's like that saying, the only constant is change. We have to be adaptable and embrace lifelong learning to stay ahead of the curve. So embrace failure, cultivate a growth mindset. What's the third actionable takeaway?
Third, identify your passion and pursue it relentlessly. Van Gogh's, unwavering dedication to his art despite constant, rejection is a powerful reminder that following your heart's calling can lead to extraordinary fulfillment, even if even if recognition comes later.
So don't be afraid to be a little obsessed with what you love. Dive deep into it. Explore every nook and cranny and let that passion fuel your drive to succeed. Okay, these are all great takeaways, but I know what you're thinking. Not everyone is going to start a multi-billion-dollar company or lead a nation to independence.
That's a great point. Remember, success is a relative term. It's about setting, meaningful goals that align with your values and working toward them with dedication and perseverance. Maybe your success is writing that novel you've always dreamed of, starting a small business, mastering a new skill, or becoming a more present and patient parent. What matters is that it's something that's important to you, something that gives you a sense of purpose and fulfillment.
So it's about defining success on our own terms and using these principles as a roadmap to get there. It's not about comparing ourselves to others or we're trying to fit into some predefined mold of what success should look like. It's about creating our own definition of success that aligns with our values and aspirations.
Precisely. And remember, the impact you make on the world doesn't have to be on a grand scale to be significant. Kindness, compassion, and a willingness to help others can create, ripples that extend far beyond your immediate circle.
It's a good reminder that everyone has the potential to make a positive difference no matter their circumstances. It's about focusing on what we can control, on how we can use our unique talents and abilities to make the world a little bit, brighter, a little bit kinder, a little bit better.
Absolutely. These five individuals, despite their differences, shared a commitment to using their talents and platforms to make the world a better place, whether it was through, technological innovation, political leadership, social justice advocacy, or artistic expression. They left an indelible mark on history. Their stories remind us that we all have the power to create positive change in the world.
So the question is, how will you use these lessons to shape your own journey and leave your own unique mark on the world? How will you embrace failure, cultivate a growth mindset, and pursue your passions relentlessly?
It's not about imitating these figures exactly, but about extracting the essence of their approaches and applying them to your own unique, circumstances and aspirations. Think about what resonates with you, what sparks your curiosity, and what inspires you to take action.
I love that. It's about finding our own path to success, our own way to make a difference, and using these principles as guideposts along the way. But before we get too carried away with our own grand plans, let's take a step back and explore a critical aspect that often gets overlooked in discussions about success, the role of setbacks and how we can reframe our perspective on failure.
That's an excellent point. It's easy to glamorize success, but what's often hidden are the countless hours of hard work, the moments of self-doubt, and the inevitable setbacks that these individuals, faced along the way. We tend to, focus on the highlight reel, the triumphant moments, but it's the struggles, the moments of adversity that truly shape character and pave the way for growth.
Right. It's like that saying, smooth seas never made a skilled sailor. We need those challenges, those moments of resistance to help us grow and develop our resilience.
And that's where the concept of reframing failure comes in. It's about, shifting your perspective from viewing setbacks as defeats to seeing them as valuable learning, experiences.
Okay, I'm intrigued. How do we actually do that? It's easy to say we should embrace failure, but when we're in the midst of a setback, it can be hard to see the silver lining.
It's definitely not easy, but it's essential for growth. It starts with recognizing that failure is an inevitable part of the journey. No one achieves great things without encountering, obstacles and making mistakes along the way. In fact, it's often through those mistakes that we learn the most valuable lessons. Instead of, beating yourself up when things don't go as planned, ask yourself, what can I learn from this experience? What could I have done, differently? What are the key takeaways that will help me make, better decisions in the future?
So it's about turning the setback into a case study, analyzing it objectively to extract valuable insights. Instead of dwelling on the negative emotions, we can use our analytical minds to understand what happened and how we can learn from it.
Exactly. It's about approaching the situation with, curiosity rather than judgment. And don't be afraid to seek out feedback from trusted sources. Talk to mentors, colleagues, or friends who can offer objective perspectives and insights. Sometimes we need an outside perspective to help us, see things more clearly.
That's a good point. Sometimes we're so caught up in our own heads that we can't see the forest for the trees. talking to someone we trust can help us gain a fresh perspective and identify blind spots we might have missed.
Absolutely. And once you've analyzed the situation and gathered, feedback, it's time to focus on solutions and actions. Ask yourself, what steps can I take to prevent, similar setbacks in the future? What new skills or knowledge do I need to acquire?
So it's about turning the lessons learned into concrete actions that'll help us, grow and improve. It's not enough to just analyze the failure. We have to use that knowledge to make positive changes and prevent similar mistakes from happening again.
Precisely. Remember, failure is not the opposite of success. It's a stepping stone on the path towards it. By reframing your perspective on setbacks, you can transform them from, demoralizing defeats into valuable learning experiences that fuel your growth and resilience.
This has been incredibly insightful. It's so easy to get caught up in the fear of failure, but you've helped us see that it's actually an essential part of the journey. It's not something to be avoided, but rather something to be embraced as an opportunity for learning and growth.
Absolutely. And remember, everyone experiences, setbacks. It's how we choose to respond to them that truly defines our character and shapes our path. Do we let them defeat us, or do we use them as fuel to become stronger or more resilient? The choice is ours.
So the next time you're facing a challenge, remember the stories of these remarkable individuals. Channel their resilience, their unwavering belief in their vision, and their willingness to embrace failure as a learning opportunity.
And who knows, you might just surprise yourself with what you're capable of achieving when you shift your perspective and embrace the power of failure.
All right, we've talked about resilience and reframing failure, but let's move on to another crucial aspect of these individuals' success. Their ability to think differently and challenge conventional wisdom. We've talked about resilience and embracing failure, but what about that spark of innovation, that willingness to break the mold and envision something entirely new? How do we tap into that creative potential?
That's a great question. Each of the individuals we've discussed today, possess this unique ability to see the world differently. They challenged the status quo and came up with ideas that others might have, dismissed as impossible or impractical.
You're talking about those aha moments, those flashes of insight that lead to groundbreaking discoveries and innovations. Those moments when someone sees something that everyone else has overlooked and they're like, wait a minute, what if we tried it this way?
Exactly. It's about cultivating a mindset that embraces curiosity, questions assumptions, and seeks out, new ways of doing things. Let's take, Steve Jobs as an example. He didn't just create new products. He revolutionized entire, industries by challenging conventional thinking about how technology should be, designed and used. He famously said, innovation distinguishes between a leader and a follower. He wasn't afraid to break the rules, to challenge the status quo and to create products that people didn't even know they needed until they had them. It's like he had this uncanny ability to anticipate what people would want before they even knew it themselves.
Yeah.
He understood that technology had the potential to not just perform tasks, but to enhance our lives, connect us, and empower us in ways that were previously unimaginable. And he wasn't afraid to push the boundaries of what was considered possible, even if it meant facing skepticism and resistance along the way.
Yeah.
He was willing to be the outlier, the one who dared to dream bigger and bolder than everyone else.
And it wasn't just Jobs. Think about Elon Musk and his vision of colonizing Mars. Most people would dismiss that as science fiction, but he's actively working towards making it a reality. It's like he's taking these grand, seemingly impossible ideas and saying, okay, let's figure out how to make this happen.
Exactly. Musk's willingness to think big, to challenge conventional wisdom about what's possible is a key driver of his success. He's not limited by the constraints of current technology or societal norms. He sees a future where humanity can transcend its earthly limitations and become a multiplanetary species.
It's inspiring to see that level of audacity and ambition. Yeah. But let's be honest, not all of us are going to be founding tech giants or launching rockets into space. Yeah. So how can we cultivate this kind of innovative thinking in our everyday lives? What can we do to tap into our own creative potential and come up with new ideas that can make a positive impact in our own spheres of influence.
That's a great question. It's all about, cultivating specific habits and approaches to thinking. First, cultivate a sense of, curiosity. Be curious about the world around you. Ask questions and seek out, new knowledge and experiences. Read widely, explore, different fields, and engage in conversations with people who have different, perspectives than your own.
So it's about being a lifelong learner, constantly seeking out, new information and perspectives.
Yeah.
It's about challenging our own assumptions and being open to learning from others, even if their views differ from our own.
Exactly. The more you expose yourself to new ideas and ways of thinking, the more likely you are to spark those aha moments that lead to innovation.
Okay, that makes sense. What else can we do to cultivate this innovative thinking?
Second, challenge assumptions. Don't take that for granted or accept the status quo without questioning why things are the way they are. Ask yourself, is there a better way to do this?
Mhm.
What if we approach this problem from a different angle? What are the underlying assumptions that are driving this decision?
So it's about being a bit of a rebel, questioning the accepted norms and looking for ways to improve or disrupt, existing systems. It's about not being afraid to rock the boat a little and challenge the way things have
Object-
always been done.
Exactly. Innovation often arises from challenging conventional wisdom and finding new and better ways of doing things.
I love that. What else can we do to unlock our inner innovators?
Third, embrace experimentation. Don't be afraid to try new things, even if they seem a bit unconventional or risky. Innovation often involves, stepping outside of your comfort zone and trying approaches that might not have been done before.
So it's about being willing to fail, to make mistakes, and to learn from those experiences. It's about recognizing that failure is not the end, but rather a valuable part of the learning process.
Precisely. Failure is an essential part of the innovation process. It's through our, mistakes that we learn what works and what doesn't. And it's often those unexpected detours that lead to the most groundbreaking, discoveries.
Okay, I'm starting to see how this all fits together. Curiosity, challenging assumptions, and embracing experimentation. These are the building blocks of innovative thinking. By cultivating these habits in our everyday lives, we can tap into our own creative potential and come up with new ideas that can make a positive impact on the world.
Exactly. And by cultivating these habits in our everyday lives, we can, tap into our own creative potential and come up with new ideas that can make a positive impact on the world.
This has been incredibly insightful. I feel like I'm starting to see the world through a different lens, one that's more open to possibilities and less afraid of the unknown.
That's the spirit. Remember, innovation is not limited to, scientists, engineers, or entrepreneurs. It's a mindset that we can all cultivate, and it's through our, collective creativity and willingness to challenge the status quo that we can create a better future for ourselves and for generations to come.
I love that. It's about empowering ourselves to be agents of change, to see the world not just as it is, but as it could be. It's about recognizing that we all have the power to make a difference, no matter how big or small.
Now, let's shift our focus to another crucial aspect of these individuals' success. Their ability to connect with people on a deep level and inspire them to action. We've talked about their individual brilliance, their resilience, and their, innovative thinking. But what about the human element, the ability to rally others around a shared vision and create a movement that's greater than the sum of its parts?
You're talking about leadership,
Right.
right? The ability to inspire, motivate, and guide others toward a common goal.
Yeah.
It's about bringing people together, creating a sense of shared purpose, and inspiring them to work towards something bigger than themselves.
Exactly. Each of the individuals we've, discussed today possessed exceptional leadership qualities, albeit in different forms. They understood that achieving great things requires more than just individual talent. It requires the ability to build, relationships, foster collaboration, and create a sense of shared purpose that transcends individual ambitions.
Mhm. So it's about more than just having a great idea or being really good at something. It's about being able to bring people together and inspire them to work towards a common vision. It's about creating a movement, a collective effort where everyone feels like they're part of something bigger than themselves.
Precisely. Let's take, Abraham Lincoln as an example. He led a nation through, one of its most divisive periods, the Civil War, not just through his strategic brilliance, but through his, ability to connect with people on an emotional level,
Yeah.
to articulate a vision of unity and equality that transcended political, differences.
He was known for his, eloquence, his ability to communicate complex ideas in simple and relatable terms, and his deep empathy for the suffering of others. It's like he had this ability to tap into people's hearts and minds and inspire them to believe in at a better future, even amidst the chaos and uncertainty of war.
Yep.
Exactly. Lincoln's leadership style was rooted in his, deep understanding of human nature, his ability to see the best in people, and his unwavering belief in the power of, unity and collaboration. He recognized that achieving great things, requires bringing people together, fostering a sense of shared purpose, and inspiring them to work towards a common goal.
And it wasn't just Lincoln. Think about, Mahatma Gandhi and his leadership of the Indian independence movement. He rallied millions of people to his cause, not through, force or coercion, but through the power of his message, his unwavering commitment to nonviolence, and his ability to connect with people on a spiritual and emotional level.
Precisely. Gandhi's, leadership style was rooted in his deep spirituality, his belief in the inherent goodness of humanity, and his unwavering commitment to truth and justice. He inspired people not through, grand pronouncements or displays of power, but through his humility, his compassion, and his unwavering belief in the power of peaceful resistance.
It's amazing to see how different leadership styles can be yet still be incredibly effective.
Yeah.
Lincoln and Gandhi were very different personalities, but they both achieved extraordinary things by connecting with people on a deep level and inspiring them to action. It's like there's no one size fits all approach to leadership. What matters is finding a style that's authentic to you and that resonates with the people you're trying to lead.
Exactly. Leadership is not a one-size-fits-all proposition. There are many, different styles that can be effective depending on the context, the goals, and the people, involved. But what all great leaders have in common is the ability to connect with people, to inspire them, and to create a sense of shared purpose that transcends individual, differences.
Okay, so how can we develop these leadership qualities in ourselves? Not all of us are going to be leading nations or social movements, but we can all strive to be more effective leaders in our own lives, whether it's at work, in our communities, or even in our families.
That's a great point. Leadership isn't about, titles or positions. It's about, influence and inspiration. It's about the ability to make a positive impact on the people around you, no matter what your role or position may be.
So how do we do that? How do we become more effective leaders in our, everyday lives?
It starts with cultivating certain key habits and mindsets. First, cultivate self-awareness. Great leaders have a deep understanding of their own, strengths, weaknesses, values, and motivations. They're able to reflect on their, experiences, learn from their mistakes, and continuously, grow and evolve as leaders.
So it starts with knowing ourselves, being honest about our, strengths and weaknesses, and being willing to constantly learn and improve.
Exactly. Self-awareness is the foundation of effective leadership. It allows us to make, better decisions, communicate more effectively, and build stronger relationships with others.
Okay, that makes sense. What's next? What other qualities should we focus on, developing?
Second, develop, strong communication skills. Great leaders are able to, articulate their vision clearly, connect with their audience on an emotional level, and inspire them to action. They listen attentively, communicate with empathy, and build trust through their authenticity and transparency.
So it's about more than just being a good speaker. It's about being able to truly connect with people and communicate in a way that inspires and motivates them.
Yeah.
It's about listening to understand, not just to respond, and about building genuine connections based on trust and mutual respect.
Precisely. Effective communication is the cornerstone of building strong relationships, fostering collaboration, and achieving shared, goals. It's about creating a space where everyone feels, heard, valued, and respected.
I like it. What's the next step? What else can we do to become more effective leaders?
Third, empower others. Great leaders don't try to do everything themselves. They recognize that true success lies in empowering others to take ownership, contribute their talents, and grow as individuals. They delegate effectively, provide support and guidance, and create a culture where everyone feels valued and respected. They understand that leadership is not about control, but about empowering others to reach their full potential.
So it's about, creating a team environment where everyone feels empowered to contribute their best work and share in the success. It's about creating a culture of, collaboration where everyone feels valued and respected.
Exactly. Empowering others not only creates a more positive and productive work environment, but it also allows leaders to focus on their own strengths and delegate tasks that are better suited to others, skills and expertise.
Okay, I'm starting to see how all of these elements fit together. Self-awareness, strong communication skills, and the ability to empower others. These are the hallmarks of, effective leadership.
Precisely. And while not everyone is destined to lead nations or social movements, we can all strive to cultivate these leadership qualities in our everyday lives, whether it's at work, in our communities, or even in our, families. The ability to connect with people, inspire them, and work together towards shared, goals is essential for creating a more positive and fulfilling life.
This has been incredibly inspiring. I feel like I have a much deeper understanding of what it truly means to be a leader and how those qualities can be, cultivated and applied in all areas of our lives.
Excellent. Remember, leadership is not about, holding a title or a position of power. It's about, who you are, how you treat others, and how you inspire them to be their best selves.
So the next time you find yourself in a position to lead, whether it's, a team project, a community initiative, or simply a conversation with a friend, remember the lessons we've discussed today. Connect with people on a deep level. Inspire them with your, vision and empower them to achieve their full potential.
Now let's explore another, facet of these individuals' journeys that often gets overlooked.
Mhm.
The power of unwavering belief and how it can fuel extraordinary, achievements. We've talked about their resilience, their innovation, and their, leadership. But what about that inner fire, that unshakable conviction that propelled them forward, even when the odds seemed insurmountable?
You're talking about that deep-seated belief in themselves and their vision, that refusal to give up, even when faced with setbacks and doubters. That inner voice that says, I can do this, even when the world is screaming, you can't.
Exactly. Each of the individuals we've discussed today, possessed an unwavering belief in their own potential and the power of their ideas. They weren't deterred by, naysayers, skeptics, or even their own, moments of self-doubt. They had a fire within them that fueled their perseverance and enabled them to achieve things that others might have, deemed impossible.
So it's about more than just, setting goals and working hard. It's about having that unshakable faith in yourself and your vision, even when the going gets tough. It's about believing in yourself even when no one else does.
Precisely. It's about believing in your own abilities even when others, doubt you. It's about, trusting your instincts even when the evidence seems to point in a different direction. It's about having that inner voice that whispers, you can do this, even when the world is shouting, you can't.
I love that. It's about that inner voice that keeps us going even when we're tempted to give up. It's about recognizing that we all have that inner strength, that reservoir of resilience that we can tap into when things get tough.
Exactly. It's that, unshakable belief in yourself and your vision that allows you to overcome obstacles, persevere through, challenges.
It's incredible to see how the power of belief can sustain someone through, such immense challenges. But let's be realistic. Not all of us are going to be founding, tech giants or leading nations through, civil wars. So how can we cultivate this kind of unwavering belief in our, own lives? How do we tap into that inner strength and conviction even when we're facing everyday challenges and setbacks?
That's a great question. While our Challenges may not be on the same scale as a civil war or technological revolution. We all face obstacles and setbacks that can, test our belief in ourselves and our ability to achieve our goals. The key is to develop, strategies for cultivating that unwavering belief, that inner fire that keeps us going even when the going gets tough.
All right, give me the secrets to unlocking that inner fire. I'm
Yeah.
ready to tap into that unshakable belief and unleash my full potential.
It's not magic. It's about cultivating, specific habits and mindsets that support belief and resilience. First, define your values and purpose. What are the things that are most important to you? What do you, stand for? What impact do you want to make on the world? Having a clear understanding of your values and purpose will give you a foundation of, belief to draw on when you face challenges.
So it's about knowing what we stand for, what drives us, and what we want to accomplish in the world. It's about having a clear sense of purpose that guides our decisions and actions.
Exactly. When you have a, strong sense of purpose, it becomes easier to weather the storms, to stay focused on your goals and to believe in your ability to overcome obstacles.
Okay, that makes sense. What's next? What else can we do to cultivate this unwavering belief?
Second, visualize your success. Take time to imagine yourself achieving your, goals, feeling the sense of accomplishment and fulfillment that comes with realizing your dreams. This, practice can help to strengthen your belief in yourself and your ability to achieve what you set out to do.
So it's about creating a mental image of ourselves, achieving our goals, feeling those positive emotions, and letting that vision fuel our motivation. It's about using the power of our imagination to create a compelling picture of the future we want to create.
Precisely. Visualization is a powerful tool that athletes, entrepreneurs, and successful individuals in all walks of life, use to enhance their performance and stay focused on their goals.
I like it. What's the next step? How else can we strengthen our belief in ourselves?
Third, surround yourself with positive influences. Seek out, people who believe in you, who support your dreams, and who, challenge you to be your best self. Limit your exposure to negativity and those who, try to tear you down.
So it's about creating a supportive environment for ourselves, surrounding ourselves with people who lift us up and encourage us to pursue our dreams. It's about recognizing that the people we spend time with have a profound impact on our beliefs and our outlook on life.
Exactly. The people we surround ourselves with have a profound impact on our beliefs, our attitudes, and our overall, well-being. It's essential to create a supportive network of people who believe in us, encourage us, and challenge us to be our best selves.
Okay, I'm starting to see how all of these elements fit together: defining our values, visualizing our success, and surrounding ourselves with positive influences. These are powerful strategies for cultivating that unwavering belief in ourselves and our ability to achieve our goals.
Precisely. And remember, belief is a choice. It's a decision we make every day to trust in ourselves, to embrace our potential, and to keep moving forward, even when the path ahead seems, uncertain.
This has been incredibly inspiring. I feel like I have a much deeper understanding of the power of belief and how it can fuel our dreams and aspirations.
Excellent. Remember, the greatest achievements in history were often born out of a belief in what seemed impossible. So dare to believe in yourself, in your dreams, and in your ability to make a positive impact on the world.
Now, let's shift our focus to another crucial element that often distinguishes those who achieve extraordinary things: their unwavering commitment to their vision and their relentless pursuit of their goals, even in the face of adversity and distractions.
You're talking about that laser focus, that ability to stay the course even when the world throws curveballs and temptations try to, lure them off track.
Exactly. These individuals possessed an exceptional ability to tune out the noise, to stay focused on the prize, and to keep pushing forward even when the going got tough. It's like they had this internal compass that guided them, this unwavering sense of direction that kept them moving forward even when the path ahead seemed uncertain or daunting.
Absolutely. It's about having that internal compass that guides them, that unwavering sense of direction that keeps them moving forward, even when the path ahead seems, uncertain or daunting.
So it's not just about, passion or talent. It's about channeling that energy and focus
Mm.
in a way that allows you to stay committed to your goals, even when faced with, distractions and obstacles. It's
Yeah.
about, developing strategies for staying focused and productive, even amidst the chaos and distractions of everyday life.
Precisely. Think about, Elon Musk and his ambitious goals of revolutionizing transportation with electric vehicles and colonizing Mars.
Yeah.
These are audacious goals that require immense focus, dedication, and the ability to resist distractions and stay committed to the long game.
He's known for his relentless work ethic, his willingness to push himself and his teams to their limits, and his ability to stay laser focused on his goals, even amidst the chaos and uncertainty of running multiple groundbreaking companies. It's like he has this superhuman ability to block out the noise and stay laser focused on what matters most.
Exactly. Musk is a master of prioritization and time management. He understands that achieving extraordinary things, requires making, tough choices, saying no to distractions, and focusing relentlessly on the tasks that will move the needle forward.
It's inspiring to see that level of commitment and focus. But let's be honest, most of us aren't trying to colonize Mars or build electric car empires. So how can we cultivate this kind of laser focus in our everyday lives? How do we stay committed to our goals, even when we're juggling multiple responsibilities, facing deadlines, and dealing with the inevitable distractions of modern life?
That's a great question. It's a challenge we all, face in today's fast-paced world. The good news is that there are specific strategies you can use to enhance your focus and stay on track.
Okay, I'm all ears. Give me the tips to upgrade my focus game.
First, set, clear and specific goals. The more clearly you define what you want to achieve, the easier it will be to stay focused and motivated. Break down, those large goals into smaller, more manageable steps. Then create a plan of action that outlines the specific tasks you need to, complete to reach your objectives.
So it starts with, clarity, knowing exactly what we want to achieve and having a roadmap to guide us there. It's like having a destination in mind and then, mapping out the route to get there.
Exactly. Having a clear plan of action helps to eliminate distractions and keeps you, focused on the tasks that are most important. It's like having a filter that helps you, sift through all the noise and prioritize what truly matters.
Okay, that makes sense. What's next? How do we deal with all those distractions that seem to pop up everywhere?
Second, minimize distractions. Identify the things that tend to, derail your focus, whether it's social media, email notifications, or interruptions from, colleagues, and create strategies to minimize their impact.
It's so easy to get sucked into those digital rabbit holes.
Yeah.
One minute you're checking your email, and the next thing you know, you've spent an hour scrolling through social media. It's like our attention spans are constantly under attack.
You're absolutely right. We're bombarded with information and stimuli all the time. So it's crucial to be proactive in protecting your time and attention. Set aside, dedicated blocks of time for focused work, turn off notifications and communicate your availability to others to minimize, interruptions, create a space where you can truly concentrate and get things done.
So it's about creating boundaries and protecting our time and attention so we can focus on the task at hand. It's
Yeah.
about being intentional with our time and energy rather than letting ourselves be pulled in a million different directions.
Precisely. In today's hyper-connected world, distractions are everywhere. It's essential to be proactive in creating an environment that supports focus and concentration.
I like it. What else can we do to enhance our focus?
Third, practice mindfulness. Take breaks throughout the day to clear your mind, reconnect with your breath, and refocus your attention.
That sounds like a good antidote to the constant busyness and mental clutter that we all
It
experience.
is. Mindfulness practices such as, meditation or deep breathing exercises can help to improve focus, reduce stress, and enhance your overall, well-being. It's about taking a few moments to step back, observe your thoughts and feelings without judgment, and then refocus your attention on the present moment.
So it's not just about, you know, powering through nonstop. It's about recognizing when we need to recharge and reset our minds so we can come back to our work with renewed focus and energy.
Exactly. Taking breaks is not a sign of weakness. It's an essential part of maintaining focus and productivity over the long term. Think of it like a pit stop in a race. You need to, refuel and make adjustments to ensure you can finish the race strong.
Okay, I'm starting to see how all these elements fit together. Clear goals, minimizing distractions, and practicing mindfulness. These are powerful strategies for cultivating laser focus and staying committed to our goals, even amidst the chaos of modern life.
Precisely. And remember, focus is a muscle that you can strengthen
Mm.
with practice. The more you consciously choose to focus your attention on the tasks that are most important, the better you become at resisting distractions and staying committed to your goals.
This has been incredibly helpful. I feel like I have a much better understanding of how to, cultivate focus, prioritize my tasks, and stay committed to my goals, even when the world is trying to, pull me in a million different directions.
Excellent. Remember, the ability to focus is a superpower in today's, world. It,
Yeah.
it allows you to make meaningful progress on your goals, to achieve your full potential, and to make a positive impact on the world.
And as we wrap up our deep dive into the lives of these extraordinary individuals, what's the one key takeaway you hope our listeners will carry with them?
Their stories remind us that greatness is not a, a destination. It's a journey. It's not about being, perfect. It's about striving, learning, and constantly evolving. It's about embracing challenges as opportunities for growth and using setbacks as, fuel to propel us, forward. And most importantly, it's about believing in yourself, in your dreams, and in your ability to make a positive impact on the world, no matter how big or small that impact may be.
Beautifully said. So to our listeners, we encourage you to take these lessons to heart. Find your passion, nurture your talents, embrace your challenges, and never stop believing in your ability to achieve extraordinary things.
And remember, the world needs your unique, contributions. Your voice, your vision, and your talents matter. So go out there and make your mark.
That's a wrap on our deep dive today. Until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep diving deep.